Hello, Capricorn. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Bonefire Tarot by Gabby Angus West. I trip and sometimes call it the Bonfire Tarot. I don't know why. The website for them is schifferbooks.com. Feel free to freeze frame on that if you want to check that out. Enjoy. Supportive Oracle cards. Energy Oracle cards by Sandra and Taylor. Let's get their name in there. Website I have here is hayhouse.com. It says Hay House Radio, but if you just do hayhouse.com, you should find them. Or if you search out Energy Oracle cards and Sandra and Taylor, it's Ann with an E, you should find it. Okay. Gotta get stuff done. Capricorn, yeah? Yeah. What do we have for Capricorn? We gotta get stuff done. Gotta get stuff done. Who else had the Justice with the Star? Why does that keep coming out that way? That was like a couple of readings ago. Was it like Sagittarius and Aries, or Aries and Leo? Justice and the Star coming out is like very, like we're talking about things. We're not holding back, but things are gonna work out and we're gonna make sure it works out. So I don't know if you're connected with an Aries or a Leo, but keep that in mind. Or like those energies are very like upfront and very bold. So if you're dealing with somebody that's very bold, or you have an ally, it's probably an ally, keep that in mind. You might want to check out those readings too. Maybe it's not so much for how you're viewing it, but maybe to get like a heads up on how somebody else is viewing it, to help you, get a better scope of the picture of what's going on. If you don't want to, don't. But you know what I mean. If that would help you, feel free. Obviously, like I have to tell you, but you know what I mean. There is victory here. Okay. For you, yes. I want to bring the energy down a little bit, because I feel like somebody's already pushed my buttons. I want to bring the energy down a little bit. So for Capricorn, you need a minute to yourself. Whatever that, like, I almost feel like I have done this before, where it's kind of like everything's going crazy. This is going, that's going, we need to get this done, we need to get that done, blah, 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 blah. Especially when I worked at in corporate environments. Sometimes I like, you have to get approval first, but you take a long lunch if you can do it, and you just find a parking lot, and you just frickin' sit there, and you just relax. And you just have a minute. Just to get away from the madness. And you let, maybe people think you're getting this done, or you're like, I have to get this done, I have to get that done, whatever. They might think you're getting things done, but you just need to step away and just relax. And just pull your energy down so it's in your control. And people aren't like creating this like panic energy around you. You're just kind of like, hold on, this is ridiculous. Let me just pull it down and bring control back in my court. Because when people are pushing and pushing and pushing, it doesn't feel like that. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like it's in your control. Something here is really, we need Capricorn in control here. Capricorn needs to be in control. And when it comes to a job, especially this, it feels like it's more likely a job situation. That's where I feel like Capricorn gets pulled down these rabbit holes and pushed in all these directions, kind of like, it's my job, so I have to keep moving. Knight of Pentacles, we need to pull it back in your control. Knight of Pentacles, very much Capricorn energy. The High Priestess too. Now, I'm going to go there with this, apparently. I don't work in a corporate environment at the moment, but when I have done this. If the day gets too much and people are getting ridiculous, and I'm starting to feel like really sick from it, I get migraines, just to be fair, I have gone home midday, and I don't really care what anybody else thinks about it. I'm not going to sacrifice my sanity or my health for it. It's a job. I don't know how you feel about it. I know Capricorn is different. I know you have to have your own way to feel about it. But if it's about you getting control of your life and you having that healthy aspect where like this is starting to really get under your skin and you're like, it's really making you ill, maybe you need to have that long weekend where you just need to go. And you need to do that for yourself. You need to invest in yourself and give yourself that moment to have your health. I don't know how that sounds coming whatever. Take that where you need to take that. If you don't like it, then don't use it. Walk away from it. It may seem like it's a random thing to do, but if you need to disconnect, then you need to disconnect. If you need to take a couple days off, then you need to take a couple days off. Logan, no. Come on, man. No, come on. No. No. Yeah, I know, I hear you. No. I'm getting, if you move forward and you do what's best for you, it may sound random. Like you can probably hear, I don't know if you can hear my cat, but he's being a little dork. He's opening cabinets and he's stepping on things he shouldn't be stepping on. If you have people around you who are driving you crazy, and if you almost feel like he's playing that part, like there's just so much madness around you, stabilize what you have to get done, and step away and take that time for yourself. Now it's time, because I feel like if you step away and you reevaluate, especially if it's a work situation, what am I doing? How am I feeling about what I'm doing? How much money am I making at what I'm doing? Is this literally my only option, or do I have another option? If I take another option, is that less money, or is there more? If it's less money, is there more sanity? How much value does sanity have for you? Like, I'm not telling you to leave a job if you don't want to. Like, I'm telling you to think about it. To really stably think about it. I feel like I need to disconnect, and you might even have to do like a budget. How much do I get a month? How much do I make at this? What does it really afford me? How much of this do I really need? I've seen people, gone through this with people before. They have certain jobs, they make a good amount of money, right? And then they have all these perks that they engage in. And then when they start to really put it on paper, they look at all this money and all these perks, and then they're starting to realize, all these perks that I barely use because I'm mostly at this job, how much value is that really? If you have all these perks and you never really use them because you're always at this job, usually when I last did this, somebody said this blanking job, how much sanity does that really afford you? And how much is your sanity worth if you're going to put a dollar amount on that? It may be time to restructure and reevaluate. Put value on your sanity. And I've seen this with earth signs before. When they start to downsize, they get rid of the fluff. They only keep what they really value. And they start to realize something like, I used to think that was worth more than it actually is to me. If I'm not using it, it's really not worth that much. And they're starting to realize, I thought I was going to use this, but I'm not using this as much. Kind of like if you have the boat and you have the summer camp, and you got like a snowmobile, and you got all these other different things you got, but you're like, I barely use it. In fact, maybe last season I didn't use it at all, and I have it, and it just sits there. It's got value still, but maybe it has more value with me selling it, or selling it to somebody else, downsizing my life and changing what I do for a living. That way I have more time to actually enjoy life. It's up to you. You have to value life the way you need to value life. I totally respect that. But if you have a moment to step back and really sort it out for yourself and just have a peaceful moment, and it's not about what other people value, it's about what you value. Because I know I've dealt with people, especially in earth signs, you have people who depend on you, you decide what's value. And if they don't like it when you downsize, well, they can get jobs and they can make things happen for themselves. Or they can maybe they can go crazy valuing things, and maybe they can go crazy affording this lifestyle that they so much want. Maybe they can be the one that does that. I feel like it's time for a change, but you need to step back and make peace with what you want. It's all about what you need. The second chakra, the sacral chakra, sacral? I think it's the sacral chakra, if my brain can go online here. You need to be at peace with what you value and what really makes you feel comforted and happy. If things going on right now should make you happy, but they don't, I feel like that's what you might be looking at. Like, I should be happy, but I'm not. It's time to step back and really evaluate. And you make the terms that are right for you. Who cares what anybody else thinks? Usually Capricorn will step back and like, I don't care what anybody else thinks. It's what I think. Somehow you got in this situation is what I'm feeling, and it looks like it should have made sense on paper, but it doesn't feel like it works. It looks good on paper, but it doesn't feel right. I need to reevaluate. I need to add some more factors in here. What here doesn't feel right? And I have to realize, for example, your sanity has a monetary value. It does. Like, if that makes sense to you. Your sanity has a great value. You know what I mean? Your happiness is part of your sanity. Your happiness truly is a part of your sanity. I think y'all know that, right? If other people they bank on manipulating you. There's something here where people are banking on manipulating you. You need a moment to step back and you'll disconnect from that. And I feel like when you stop playing that game with them, they're going to feel the hurt. And oh well. Play games, it's kind of like live by the sword, die by the sword. I said that for a different sign, I don't remember which one. Live by the sword, die by the sword. I think it was Leo. If they live by the sword, they die by the sword. If they're going to play games with you, you know what? You're not going to win all that. If you play games in life, you're not always going to win. And when you play games in life, sometimes you have big wins, but you're also going to have the equal amount of big losses. And they'll go on, and they'll manipulate somebody else. And you know what? That's not your problem. That's their problem. For things to really go better for you, I feel like they're saying, do this for yourself. Step back, whether they like it or not, and don't worry about what they like, whoever they are. Rabbit ears on that one. Whoever they are, don't worry about what they feel about you taking a minute. You take that minute for yourself. You deserve it. You need it. It's important. It's a part of your sanity. It's a part of your joy. Give yourself permission to be happy. The first step in doing that is stepping back, calming that energy, and then just, even if you have to write it out and look at it, that might help. I feel like that helps earth signs, especially Capricorn. When you write things down, it doesn't have to be a complicated situation. You can do a pro-con list. You can, orchestrate like what your life is, what your days consist of, however you feel is appropriate. And when you look at it, I feel like especially when Capricorn looks at it, and you're like looking at it in front of you, and you're like, happiness versus what I do. And you're not seeing a lot of happiness. Like even like if you write out, this is what I do, and this is how I feel about it, and this is like the percentage of happiness I feel like I'm getting. Like, this is the task. This is what I get out of it. Like, this is what I literally get from it, like if there's money. And then over here, the happiness, how happy, how good do I feel? The percentage of happiness I feel afterwards. And you just do a whole list of that. I feel like that might solve it for you. Hopefully I explained that well. Yeah. Because I feel like we have to come out of the pain. We have to come out of like what people make me feel like I need to do and recognize it like, wait a minute, this isn't working. I think that's it. I think I'm just going to keep going in circles if I don't shut it down, so I think I'm going to let it be there. Alright, thank you for watching. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.